What is up, everybody? Ninja Nick here with 420 Gamer TV, bringing you another gameplay of Friday the 13th. And in this one, we are going to be doing pretty much a relationship talk video, and this one, a long-lasting relationship, because most people, when they go into a relationship, they go into one with a stranger or someone they either met online, massively nowadays, someone they met online. Most people nowadays who date don't even really ever get to know each other before they start dating. Even when they go out on a date, like, I mean, still, it's like, and you'll see where I get my point at. But when two people who have no idea who each other are and everything else, never met, never interacted before, oh sweet, straight off the bat, oh yeah, fuck yeah, this is gonna be awesome. And it's on random, sweet. But when most relationships start, they start when two people like meet for the first time, whether it be over a dating app, Facebook. It used to be MySpace, not MySpace no more, because MySpace really ain't around. Even though MySpace was way fucking better than Facebook, bitch ass. Okay. Let's do these. Higgins Haven, 1984. I can't wait till they actually add Jason X. Oh, he looks a little different. He looks cleaner. And he does look different. Holy shit. I'm the hippie again. Yes.
Did anyone else get away?
That's fucking right. Hippie bitches. Yes. I'm the stoner and I am the hippie. Boo fucking yeah. But anyways, like I was saying, most people make that mistake. And I mean, it's not really a mistake, because lots of people who do that actually do meet someone who's actually a really good match for them. Now, that's not true for lots of other people, though. And in my opinion, actually, by what I've seen, like, over the years that I've been alive, and after talking to a lot of older couples and stuff like that, I mean, older couples like my grandma's age and my great grandma's age, I talked to them and I asked them about how things were back in their day. And things back in their day were way, way different than nowadays. Nowadays, people's interactions with each other are online, over the internet, much like what I'm doing right now. And I mean, it was hardly any kind of like actual physical hanging out like how it used to be. Even in my day, you know what I mean? Even in my day, we still hung out with people and we still did things and went out places and shit like that. Kids nowadays hardly even do that shit. But, that's how people used to meet each other. Those times, they'd actually date their friends. And, I mean, I'm a firm believer, quite a firm believer. Oh, fuck yeah, look at that. I got a gun. I got... No, I want the pocket knife, god dang it. Oh, give me that. Let's drop machete. Go with the gun. There's a pocket knife right there. Why can't I pick it up? That ain't cool, yo. I want the pocket knife too. Come on now. Aw, it's gay as shit. That's why I came over here. Usually you can find a good pocket knife and shit here. Well, not here, but, at a campsite. But, most of the couples that have actually lasted a long time and actually, like, done really, really well for themselves. What the fuck? That was weird, glitchy shit that was just going on with my fucking stam. But, I've actually talked to him, and I found out that most of the couples who've actually stayed together the longest and actually been together the longest are two couples who are actually friends before they were actually deciding to be together. And I mean, lots of people nowadays find that like weird. It's like, why would you date your friend? It's like, well, why not? I mean, yeah, it may seem odd and peculiar, but the thing is, like, why is that so odd or peculiar? I mean, it's not that bad. And, if they're a good friend of yours, then they know you pretty well. So that kind of, eliminates the whole awkward dating thing. The, like, sitting there at the date. And I'm not saying not to take them out on a date. Matter of fact, actually, so guys and girls, men and women, ladies and gentlemen, had to say it in 3 different ways. Get your attention. But, good morning. How you feeling? How's your tooth? Oh, I bet. But at least you're probably gonna get it pulled today. At least you'll get it pulled today, though. Shit. Once it's out. Well, screw that shit. I don't blame you. Yeah, which is kind of fucked up. It'd be even easier if she'd actually give you the ride and just drop you off. It'd be easier on you because then you wouldn't have to worry too much. That's, it seemed like she just didn't want you anywhere near, kind of like thing. Which, I mean, shit. No, please go out of my room, Noah. Huh? That's all good. I'm used to it. It don't bother me none. Shit, Stacy used to do the same thing. I mean, it doesn't bother me none. I did. Oh, my ex. My ex used to come in and pretty much have conversations with me while I was doing YouTube videos. It doesn't bother me none at all, actually. Most YouTubers I know get really upset about it. They go, "Oh, this ruins my video." It's like, it's real life, motherfucker. It's like shit. Do you want to have a boring video or do you want to have an interesting video? And me, I just do most of my videos. I do at least when I'm playing Fridays, advice videos when it comes to most people when it comes to relationships. Like shit, I have a lot of friends going through relationship issues right now. Then I have a friend who messaged me last night while I was sleeping, paranoid as shit about. There he is. Oh, he's all paranoid that he's gonna be like in the same boat that I'm in. Like he's afraid that he might be a single. I was like, why, dude? Like, I mean, I don't know your guys' in and out of your relationship, but I mean, you two seem pretty happy. No, actually, he's just a new dad, lack of sleep. They're both kind of stressed out because she's working and he's in school right now, but he's actually almost done. And once he's done, he's gonna be looking for a job. So he's pretty much just asking for advice. He's like, "How do you do it?" Kind of like thing. Like literally, he's like, "How do you do it, dude?" It's like you're just one person, and you're taking care of your son. You're doing what you have to do. It's like, because I have to. I mean, quite literally, because I have to. I mean, if I give up, literally no one else is gonna do it for him. So it's like shit. I can't give up. That night I just don't know how. Oh yes. yes, it's gonna, but at the same time, it's gonna feel a lot better too. Cause you're gonna sit there and you won't be in pain no more. Oh god, yeah, and you'll be so much happier. You'll be like, oh yes. Oh shit, where'd you come from? Cause same thing happened with Stacy when she got her tooth pulled. She's like, cause she's a kind of like no pain kind of person. She can't handle pain whatsoever. Stacy couldn't. But when she got a couple of her teeth pulled, the day after most of the pain subsided, she's like, yeah, this feels a lot better than just the constant like pulsating pain of, oh my god, I can't eat nothing, I can't drink nothing, this sucks, anything I put in my mouth fucking hurts. Yeah, she was hating it. I used to have to walk her and pick her up at the dentist all the time. That's right, motherfucker. But in my opinion, that I've actually noticed for most people, because I've talked to my grandmas particularly, because in their days, shit was way different. Shit. There's times that I wish I was actually born in their time frame instead of this time frame, because the lack of technology is also the reason why most people have issues finding somebody and or why they find someone who's like really not good for them. I found one of those. I found a couple of those. But, you know, at the same time, when it comes to dating, certain things kind of tend to have to happen. Yeah, I mean, it kind of teaches you, you know, what you really want out of, like, well, mainly for yourself. What do you want out of the person that you're going to be with and stuff like that. And these are things you really need to know when it's stuff that you actually want to actually be confident when in yourself. Because in yourself, you know what you're going to expect out of them and what you need to be giving them and everything else, like such as what you're going to be doing, whether it be a job, whether it be, you know, taking them out to certain places that they like, whether it be surprises of all shapes and sizes, and, you know, just being thoughtful. Because most people nowadays don't have that, like, oh, hey, you know, I have the person, so now I don't have to do anything to keep the person. Bullshit! You think because you won the prize that the prize is going to sit there forever? Oh, fuck no. The prize ain't going to sit there unless the prize is always, you know, felt like the prize. Kind of like thing. That goes for guys, too. Like, especially nowadays with this whole, like, MGTOW shit with, like, men going their own way bullshit, which is kind of making things even harder with people separating themselves even more with the feminism and fucking MGTOW and God, all this other, like, fucking acronym shit that people are just throwing out there. It's like, you know, men need women, women need men, we need each other. Grow the fuck up. And, you know, in relationships, there's always going to be arguments. There's always going to be someone who believes their stand is, you know, better, that they're right. And, you know, that's the adult thing to do, is to accept that, hey, this person that you're arguing with just might be right. You know, so ladies and gentlemen, just, you know, try to take things from a different view. Take a step back from your view and take a look at, you know, the multiple views, like from their standpoint on, you know, their view and what they're saying. Try to understand on why they're right there and why they're saying what they're saying. Because usually misunderstandings are what leads to arguments. Yelling and screaming does not fucking ever help, which I find funny when people decide to raise their voices at each other and they think that's, you know, gonna make it even easier for them to hear each other. And I mean, granted, I actually have done that one. Me and my ex Stacy, we used to have to, like, yell over each other to get the other one to actually listen. Eventually I just said, yeah, fuck this, I can't do it no more. Because I actually do enjoy being able to talk. also found that if you can't have a civil conversation, like just sit there and talk, much like what I'm doing right now, even if you're having an argument with the person you're with, if an argument isn't just a calm, cool, like, hey, this is how I feel, this is what's going on, I don't like this, we need to fix it. Exactly. You shouldn't have to yell, you shouldn't have to raise your voice, none of that should happen. I mean, yes, being upset is granted and that's allowed. You can be upset at your spouse if they did something. Yes, it's very healthy. And people find it, like, oh, you can't be mad at me. It's like, if you do something wrong, I get that because it upsets me. And, that's where people make a mistake is sometimes, or actually no, most of the time, they don't do that. They don't share the fact that something that their spouse did hurt them or upset them. So they just kind of bottle that up. They keep it there, keep it to themselves, and then as their spouse keeps doing it, they keep, taking that little piece and putting it away, and, it keeps building up, until the wall crashes down from a flood. So bottling something up because you might be afraid that your spouse will yell or scream or be upset at you should make you also think, should I really be with this person if I'm afraid to share my feelings? Because they're the one person that you should not be scared to tell anything to. Period, in my opinion. I mean, because one, for most part, you're living with the person. So there's really no secrets between the two people who are living together. Other than no surprise secrets, and the good kind of surprise secrets. Those are understandable. But, keeping your feelings secret, bad choice. Because usually that leads to, a downfall and massive miscommunication. Because right there with miscommunication leads to arguments. From arguments will lead to yelling and screaming. Yelling and screaming definitely usually will lead to breaking up. Especially if it's a long duration of time with something that keeps happening over and over and over again. If it's a repetitive thing, because constant arguments are a thing in relationships too. Expecting a different result. Yep. It's just pure insanity. And lots of people are insane nowadays. And don't even realize it. And or can't accept it. I mean, shit, I sat in 5 years. Host left the game. Little bitch. But I sat 5 years with a woman who pretty much gave me the cold shoulder. And, the entire time I always tried to better myself in so many ways to make her, feel differently about me so that she would be a little happier with me. I always tried to do something to make her happy in every way, shape, or form. Now, that's where I made my mistake. See, I should have realized after all the times that I did do what I was doing and she wasn't, actually taking to consideration of what I was doing and I was doing it for her, I should have stopped doing it for her and I should have started doing it for me. That's where my misery came in. And, where I was unhappy because I was sitting there trying to make someone else unhappy and I was failing. And I felt like I was a failure. And you should never feel like that if you're in a relationship where it's one-sided. Because that's what it was for me. And, one-sided relationships hurt a lot. They're just like any other relationship except where one person is actually the one in love and or actually has feelings towards the other, and the other one's just there to be there because they have really nowhere else to go and nothing else to do, kind of like thing, then, that makes the other person feel like complete and total shit. And the best way to avoid that is to always share what you're feeling and what the other person's feeling. But also, do this, which is what I didn't do, was after so many times of sharing, decide to draw a line in the sand. Decide to put your foot down and say, I'm not going to take this no more. and then tell them if this does not change, this is what's going to happen. And that means giving them an ultimatum, meaning if this doesn't change, this is going to end. And I mean, you shouldn't have to, get to that point, but when you do, that kind of should definitely open your eyes. And, all the advice that I have usually comes down to every relationship that I've ever really had. All my advice comes from actual shit that's actually happened to me that I've actually lived through and I've had to deal with when it came to certain women I've dated, certain women I tried to date back in the day, and shit like that. Between women who, pretty much, because every girl I've dated, not all of them cheated on me, but they definitely used me in some way. Like, a couple girls used me to pretty much make their ex jealous. The whole, like, oh, hey, she's dating this dude, and come to find out the dude completely and totally despises me for some fucking odd reason, which I found funny. Because usually it was, like, some, like, really popular jockey-style dude. Some dude who's, like, pretty much good at sports. It's like, dude, I'm some, like, nerdy-looking motherfucker who just, keeps to himself. Pissed off at me? Whatever. Cause I kept to myself. I was, like, the dirty-looking motherfucker. But, also, I beat up bullies. In my high school, people knew me pretty well for the guy, not to really fuck with. And now you look at what these kids are wearing nowadays, and oh my god. If you wore any of this shit back in the 90s that you wear nowadays, kids, you guys would get beat the fuck up. You weird faggoty looking motherfuckers, I swear to God. But hey, every generation to each their own. We had baggy ass pants, so I can't say shit. I still know some motherfuckers who try to pull that look off. But yeah, if you ever actually want a really good, long-lasting relationship, usually you want to build that relationship with someone before, anything else. You want to be friends with them, generally, before anything. Because when two friends decide to date, and I mean, like, go out on a date, actually talk and, kind of tell each other what they expect and, how they see certain things going on later on in their life, go from there. Build from there. And that's the thing about relationships that people also forget is a relationship is, building upon and building each other up. And you don't want to be in a relationship with someone who, is constantly breaking you down. Whether it is, them saying that you can't do this, or you're not able to do this, or you're stupid, you're fat, you're ugly. I mean, if they're just insulting you, they're dragging you down in some way, shape, or form to pretty much make themselves feel better and put you down below so that they can have some kind of control over you, then that's not a relationship. Not really. Because the person that you want to be with is someone who can sit there and not have any want to control you in any way, shape, or form. Matter of fact, actually, it's going to be quite the reverse. They're going to want you to be free to do what you want because they trust you that much. Because that's the whole point, is you want trust, you want love, honor, and respect. If you don't really have any of that in a relationship, then it's quite literally not a relationship, and it turns into something else. And for some people, like my ex, it was usually just about sex. Pretty much that's what it was. Which pissed her off, evidently, to a massive point because I didn't have sex with her. And that really pissed her off. She found it odd that a dude can actually turn down sex. It's like, it isn't that hard, at least not for me. Pretty easy, actually. But I think I'm going to call it a video, because I'm going to have to get my son ready for school here soon, I do believe. No, it's only 7:09, so he gets some time. But he wants to play a Lego game, so I'm going to let him play some Lego. Give him like a little bit, like an hour and something. An hour and 40-ish, kind of. But, anyways, I hope everyone has a great day, great night, great evening, all that great shit. You know exactly what I mean. Catch me for my next one. Later, guys.